Gemini.
Now we're going to be looking at your solar chart for the full year of 2013 in your star sign. And basically what we're going to do today is take Mars, where it currently is now in January, and follow its motion and to see where it kind of ends up at the end of the year. What this will do will help to jumpstart you, knowing where Mars is, where you can hone in on the best energy available to you, which Mars is all about, and which arena of life is affecting you, so you can take that action and start building and see what you can accomplish there by the end of 2013. Also, we're going to look a little bit at Jupiter. I'm not going to give too much attention to it. It's only going to change a sign here throughout the year. And besides, we're going to be covering that on a monthly basis on your monthly tubes anyhow. But most interestingly is the big challenge we're all facing with that Uranus-Pluto. We all have it in our charts. We all have it in different parts of our charts. So I want to kind of scope out to you on your specific star sign to see where it's sitting, where Uranus is sitting, and where it's going to be hitting Pluto, and what your specific challenge is going to be forewarned is to be forearmed. And challenges are always a big punch, but it doesn't have to be a negative thing. See, when we know what it's about, we drop fear. We only fear what we don't know, and this is when we turn all rigid and we kind of scramble to kind of hang on to old security, and where we freeze. See, it's like if we take another image and think about somebody who's drowning. What's the difference between somebody drowning and somebody coming in by free will, coming in and saving that person? What's the difference between the victim and the hero? The hero is in the same waters, same waves, and yet feel very, very comfortable and secure. It's because he's forewarned and forearmed. And this is what I want to give you, because these challenges will give a punch to all of us, no matter where we are. But when we know which area of our life it's going to affect, then we can look at what can we do about it. How can we actually stay a step ahead and take the challenge and rise it. See, because not all challenges have to be a bad thing. Sometimes they come around with radical changes so that we, in a very quick way, can change direction. And sometimes it will just prompt us and throw us straight onto our life purpose. And this is how I want you to look at it. What good can you get out of the challenges in the sky here of 2013? Hello, Gemini, and we are looking at your forecast for 2013. And we got some goodies here for you. I'll start off with Mars, which is your drive, your action, your ambitions, so to speak, and where it's starting off now in January, just so you know where your rocket motor is, where you can propel yourself into this full year. And we'll follow its motions and see where you end up at the end of the year, so you can kind of like know where and when to focus on your ambition to get the most out of it. You start out here in the new year in the area of education and higher understanding and publishing. You may gain some great scopes here from foreign people or foreign places. Anything with publishing, it's a great time to do that. Get it out there now. This is your chance throughout the whole year to actually go into this section and expand it. Followed by it, after having been busy there for a few weeks, coming in there February, March, you're moving into the area of career, and I see you receiving rewards for it, for what you worked for the last 2-year cycle. It's like that's coming together, so you may be able to harvest it. And also trying to see how you can achieve even, should I say, higher goals, or to at least hone in on what could really behoove you now for the rest of 2013. As far as the career, this is your time, this full year, to make the most out of the career field. Once you've gone there, you'll feel how the energy is shifting from having been totally focused for a few weeks on career and maybe sacrificing other areas of your life. You'll have a little bit more time now to be social, to be with your friends, and kind of pursue more your hopes and dreams and your ideals. Social networking may be coming into the picture a little bit more, or any kind of work with organizations, for example, as well. There will be a few weeks there where you're going to be exploring what you can kind of like pick out from this and juggle into the full mix of where you're heading on your long-term goal. Then I see you, you've had very busy months from anything education, publishing, and career, and social time. You're going to feel a need to pull back for a few weeks, and that is good. You'll know it when you get there. I'm not saying you're hitting the wall by that time, but you might have hit the wall by then, as busy as you have been. And you know, you guys, you Geminis, you're such communicators, and you're so versatile that your energy is all over the place. So this is your downtime throughout the entire year to kind of just pull in. And it's never fully quiet wherever you are anyway, because your mind will still be working. But it's a time to kind of like really spa yourself and find your zen. You know, read some good books, for example, that you never have time to do elsewise. So you might pull away for a little bit, only just to come back out big time here in the following weeks of it. You're the lucky one having Jupiter to your sign, so Jupiter is not going to let you rest for too long. Jupiter is always very enthusiastic and dynamic and generous and abundant, and it's like your personality is going to be bursting at the seams because you are going to be expressing this energy. You have Jupiter to your sense of personality, and for as long as it's going to be there, which will be sometime summer, June, July. So until then, you really want to harvest Jupiter's gifts, okay? And these gifts are also whoever you're going to be meeting on your path and hooking up with, networking with, because these people can be very helpful and be a super key that will unlock new things for you in your field of career. Then Mars is going to be honing a little bit in on your finances, coming in after that. You will be balancing probably your checkbooks, your accounts. If anything needs to be consolidated, that's the time to do it. You'll be looking at what you can expect as far as income. It might be a time to ask for a raise. And also looking over your goods, what's needed to be exchanged or refilled, for example. And then you're going to be busy out traveling. You love to travel too, you know, so you're going to have 2 or 3 weeks there where you may be out of town a lot, or people may be coming in to visit from out of town. And siblings will be coming into the picture a whole lot more. I see neighbors and your immediate neighborhood network, time for potlucks, get-togethers, reunions, that kind of thing. And then it's more home life, okay, sinking in, because now you've had a busy half year at least. And it's just, sometimes it's good just to, you know, rest in front of the TV. Do a little of that, watch movies, take care of parents maybe coming in. They might be needing you for your support, and perhaps they will be supporting you as well. And Mars being the doer and, you know, activity, it could be your physical residence needing to have a little pickup, so you're going to be getting that. And then you will be ending up this end of the year in the house of true love. So it's like when you see these busy phases that you had earlier in the year, you might not have been able to have all the time and focus that you would like to have pertaining to the arena of love, but you will have that when we come into late November and into December. It's like that is going to be a time to shine. Anybody wanting to get pregnant, that would be at the end of the year for you. December is a great month. So, of course, not saying that you won't be able to get pregnant the rest of the year. Some of you definitely, of course, will. That will show in your natal chart, but for that, we need to have your birth time, you know, to set up your personal horoscope. But in the solar scope, it is showing that this is the most potent time for it. So anyway, do listen up on your rising sign and your moon sign. This will give you a larger spectrum on what's going on in the overall. You can do that anytime you read any of these solar scopes, because it's just general scopes. It's not your personal birth chart, of course. But we're going to end up with your challenge. What is your challenge this year? We all have that big punch of Uranus and Pluto, and it affects all of us differently. And we're going to see where it's going to present itself to you. So for most of you, you will feel it between groups of people. It could be in circle of friends. There might be a lot of changes going on there. You might be affiliated with some organizations or social networks. Whatever the deal is, there's changes. There's new structures taking place. It might cause a lot of anxiety for a lot of people, especially if there's layoffs within these organizations. So be prepared to adjust yourself to whatever unexpected situations come to you. Even if there's changes in circles of friends, expect that to happen, because it will happen. And then be there and be supportive for it. And then your 8th house, well, you know, that's taxes, it's other people's money, it's mortgages, all of those kind of things, insurance, refunds, and so forth. There might be a challenge there for you this month. This year. So you might experience that things could be a little delayed maybe, or that they will challenge you somehow, or there might be tax returns that haven't been on the up and up, and so you're going to have to really focus on it. And of course, that can also give a little anxiety. But what is the upside? This is like what you can expect, the unexpected. But when you take charge and you know these changes will be coming, how you react, how you respond to it is everything. And the key for you is to know it and see it even before it's coming along. And you probably already might have a slight idea what that can be. Be proactive. Do what you can do beforehand, so you're in charge, and not let these external forces be in charge of you, so to speak. Now, if anybody is going through, say, a divorce, there might be some challenges there as far as separating who's and who gets what, and the value of whatever it costs on each side. So yes, there's going to be some tension, and just watch out for power struggles, and especially with these affiliations with groups and organizations, try to avoid getting into any power struggles. It won't help you, it won't help them. The best thing you can do is alleviate it, recognize it, and stand up for yourself, of course, but you don't want to become too pushy. If you start pushing, you will get 10 times back. It's not a good thing. When you recognize that these people are pushing you, sometimes it's a mask of insecurity, and they turn arrogant, you know, and if you can see it for what it is, when they kind of like really puff up and they you know, if you could just see the tiny little person behind it, that actually they're afraid, and this is why they have to puff up, well then you don't have to feel intimidated by them. Just you know, look at them for who they really are behind this persona, huge persona that they're trying to flare up. And that will take your anxiety away too. It's only, power struggles only really happen when people are fearful on both sides of the stick. So don't you be the fearful one. Okay, so that's the arenas where your greatest challenge is for the year. It will come around, you will notice it. But do read your rising sign and your moon sign, because that will give other aspects of it as well. Okay, well, subscribe so you can get your monthly tubes. Until then, take care for now.